Today we're going to make our writing stronger by revising a narrative for sensory details. First, let's compare a few sentences. What's the difference between the engine died and the engine sputtered? Both of these sentences kind of say the same thing, but if you actually try to imagine what this would sound like, the word sputtered is a lot more specific than the word died. You can actually hear what this one would sound like. Let's take a look at the next example. The chain stopped moving. The chain stopped swinging. Again, these two sentences are saying something very similar, but the word swinging actually gives me a specific movement to picture in my mind. The door opened loudly. The door opened with a loud creak. The second sentence is a lot more specific, and I can actually hear specifically what sound this would make. Its slam could be heard across the yard. Its slam echoed across the yard. The one on the right is a lot more specific in its word choice. Today we're talking about sensory details. Sensory details are specific words that communicate exactly how something looks, sounds, feels, tastes, or smells. Now we've already practiced this with description. Today we're zooming in on specific words that we are choosing in our description. We want to make sure that our specific words are communicating exactly what we mean. We want our readers to kind of look like this. We want our readers to really understand what picture they should be playing in their mind. Let's take a look at an example from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So this is from the very first chapter, and go ahead and pause the video while you read these two paragraphs. So you can tell in these two paragraphs there's a lot of sensory details. The author is giving us information about sound and what something looks like. She's giving us a lot of different things to picture in that movie in our mind. I really like these specific words here. They tell me exactly what I should be picturing in my mind. For example, here, the cat's tail didn't just move, it twitched. That's a very specific thing to picture in my mind. Here we have the purple cloak that didn't just touch the ground, didn't just move on the ground, it swept the ground. So specific. Here we have sparkling. His eyes are sparkling. I can picture that because it's so specific. It's communicating exactly how something looks, sounds, feels, tastes, or smells. So before you start your revisions today, first we're going to put our full name at the top of our SBAC Review Week 2. Just like you can see in this image here. So go ahead and pause the video while you do this and then come back to watch the rest of the video when you're done. Okay, now that you've put your name on your paper, it is your turn to start your revision. You're going to select one section of your story to work on, the beginning, the middle, or the end, and you're going to revise that section by adding specific sensory details, making sure that your words communicate exactly what you mean. When you're done, highlight your best 6 sensory details. So how many? 6 sensory details. Then flip your cup to red.